they got Mark Gay, who again, Newcastle trying to get in the summer. They could
I
try
heard
to come
Chelsea.
back.
I heard Chelsea's even having a sneak
Chelsea
peek
should have
at
some
him.
shame.
Yeah.
They should have some shame.
Chelsea's having a sneak peek.
Trying to get your young boy back after selling him off.
Yeah.
You should have some shame.
Welcome everybody to another episode of Keep It 90. We are here again, hosted by the House of NNESAGA, and of course, brought to you in the studio of Spotify. So, my people, once again, it's just us three though. Like, I feel like the other two, what, do they not like us or something? Like, what's going on?
Something's going on.
Hey, I would say you guys don't like me, but it's all right.
We're going back to that again.
Yeah, we're going back to that again. We're
Wait,
going
what
back to the
happened?
party that you guys went to a couple of weeks ago without me and without Sam. Sam, don't worry, bro. I've
Biz,
always got us. Don't worry.
Biz, please. Let's just get tickets sorted. You're
Yes.
my bro. Let's get tickets sorted for these. I can't bother for this episode
Thank
after
you.
episode. Please. Land Party 6, you'll be there.
I bet be.
It's been agreed. They even wrote on there and said,
Yeah, I
look,
even
let's
said I
sort
saw
them
it.
out. So don't worry, we got you. Ugh.
No excuses.
But seeing as no excuses, because you do like to get out of a lot, by the way.
Hey, Shaky, let's start the podcast, man.
No, the podcast has started and seeing as we don't like you, how was your weekend, Anita? What did you get up to?
I got lit this weekend. I can't even lie.
Where was our invite?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Where was our invite?
But it's not like I invited Steph and Shiz and Sam and left you guys out.
Cool.
Exactly. It was a
Whatever,
one-man thing. Basically, it was one of my best friend's birthdays.
Mm-hmm.
We went to a place called Eden Lounge and we drank till our stomachs couldn't take it anymore. Then we went back to his Airbnb where we continued to drink till our
course.
stomach couldn't take it anymore.
So you're right.
And then on Sunday, I crashed out. I crashed out, stayed in bed the whole day.
I hear it.
And yeah, that's literally how my weekend went. It was amazing though. I feel like I haven't let my hair down in such a long time. So yeah, you can't shame me. Can't shame the shameless.
And would you
Was she not,
recommend
was she,
this?
was she
Eden?
not turning up the other day for her birthday? And I'm sure you were turning
My
up.
birthday was in August. We are in December.
Raw, time's flying.
Exactly.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
There we go.
You're entitled, man.
Thank
Of
you.
course.
Thank
You're
you.
entitled. Copes,
Yes.
talk to me.
Wait, what did I do? Saturday, I was at Sohurst Park.
You're a proper fan. Like, you're a proper
Yes, it's-
football fan.
Right, stop doing that.
No, like, no.
It's as in, I
it's a
thought you were
football
winding him up.
Football fan. No,
Football fan.
I'm
yeah,
genuine
alright,
because like some people have their season tickets and they don't go to the matches or sell off their matches.
Yeah.
But I feel like more times than not, you say I was at Selhurst Park. I was watching Crystal Palace. You know.
Yeah, no, I enjoy it. I mean, it's the local team. They play good football. Well, normally. But yeah, apart from that, I just like supporting. And apart from that, so it's good vibes like always. Well, the fans anyway, not the players.
Yeah.
But then Sunday, I was out myself as well.
Okay, right, everyone was out.
It was a weird one. So essentially, we did like a mini Monopoly. How is the best way to describe it? Like a mini Monopoly pub crawl.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh, raw.
Yeah, but trust me, we didn't get far.
Okay, fair enough.
I was about to say I need you to explain. So what you had like?
So what it was going to be was an all-day thing, and we was going to start from like first part on the board, and we were just going to like have one drink, and you just keep moving to each part
Different
of the board.
pub, yeah.
But then we realised that's just impossible.
That's impossible.
So then we tried to scale it back and go, all right, just one from the brown.
Yeah.
So we started doing that. We only got to like 3, and because we also added rules to it. So it was, for example, no pointing. Can only drink with your left hand. Can't say numbers. You can't say someone's first name. You got all of these basically led to you sipping.
Yeah.
Gosh.
By the time we got to Leicester Square,
Thank God you didn't hit Mayfair because your money would have gone down the drain.
it was a wrap.
It was
Places we were meant to
probably,
just have one drink was just multiple. It was just long.
Mayfair would have been long, man. Bloody hell.
it was a sign for better things. You got away with
100%.
it. You got away with it.
What did you do this weekend, Vince?
So, what did I do this weekend? Saturday, I was out with the guys. A couple of the guys went to a little shisha spot. You know what I mean? Nothing crazy actually. It was like a nothing crazy. Yeah, went to a little shisha spot. Had some drinks, some shisha, whatever. You know, them shisha spots always have the belly dancers, and my friend got drawn out and he had to dance, so that was a nice little one to keep in the folder, you know, for a rainy day, just to wind him up. Yeah, we got him live. So he knows that's on him. And then I was watching football during the day on the Saturday. Whoa, there was no 12 o'clock kickoff, so I was like keeping up with all the 3 o'clocks, just chopping through. Then the 5, the later kickoff, and then I went. And then on Sunday, chilled out. Really watched football, and then funny enough, actually, a funny point. I was playing games. And I was playing 2K. I actually faced Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, on NBA 2K.
Oh,
Yeah,
sugar.
and like obviously, you might ask how do you know it's him? On 2K, they do this thing where when you're a verified account, they give you a certain badge that no one else can get once you're verified. So the guy was called Callum Hudson-Odoi. Now, not many people are going to call themselves that anyway. But then obviously he had the football badge and his guy was all leveled up and everything. And yeah, man, gave him a cooking.
Was he?
He
He wasn't good.
No, he was good, but I gave him a cooking. I clicked it up, everything. Yeah, that was, I gave him a cooking
Hey,
still. I had him looking the wrong way and I went round and everything. Yeah, it was mean. But it was decent though. His team was decent, but it just weren't us.
Callum,
But,
I wouldn't have it.
obviously, no, get back though.
Yeah,
when you're
you know what I
ready.
mean?
Get back. When
Get
you're
your
ready,
get back.
get back. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I cooked him up, got him out of there. But he was good though. That was kind of funny. He was playing with someone else as well.
Better than
Or
Cole Palmer
on pro
FIFA.
clubs.
Yeah.
Yeah. But Cole Palmer on pro clubs was just messing around. He was left back playing striker. I don't know what he was on. So yeah.
He was on, I can play better than all of you. That's what he was on.
Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah,
He was funny though. He was like, it's like no one scored. I was like, bro, they scored. Yeah, but it's from the other side, bro. They scored. But yeah, either way, yeah, Callum Hudson-Odoi, man, face him on. That was a little highlight to cook him up.
Okay.
So yeah, cool. But that was the weekend. Let's go into the weekend games. I was kind of annoyed. I mentioned it already, but like there was no 12:30 kickoffs this weekend,
Yeah.
and I feel like
I preferred that.
you prefer it.
I prefer it.
What?
Do you know what it is? If it's a 12:30 kickoff game, I think what was the game that happened on Friday night? Was it Southampton, Brighton? If that's my 12:30 kickoff game, I'm not watching it anyway.
No,
I'm putting it on in the background and I'm cleaning. Do you know what I mean? Maybe for women it's different because my Saturday mornings I like to clean and I'm feeding into a stereotype here. I know I like to clean and I like to cook. But if it's like a 12:30 Blasic, like a Liverpool Chelsea at 12:30. That's when I'm like, okay, I know I'm going to cook and clean at 9 a.m. rather than 11. If it's a Brighton Southampton, I'm starting my stuff at 11. I'm sleeping in.
See, I don't agree with it because you see with me, yeah, all right, cool. So you've worked all week. Friday is where you get to do what you want, innit? So whether someone decides to go out, whether they decide to game, whether they decide to watch Netflix, they're up. That Friday, they're up to whatever time they want to be because you got Saturday, you're not working. Cool. I like that because I'll be up late on a Friday. I'll wake up like 11-ish, 11:30-ish on a Saturday, feel, you know what I mean, a little lion, shower, and by the time football's on, I kick, and then by the time I'm messaging people, yeah, we'll be on today, and then my day starts while football's on. That is the brilliance of it until it's your team and you don't win on that fixture. But away from that,
if it's a big game, I'm up for it. You know what I mean?
Nah, man, I like football on an early Saturday. That is just
that Friday at 8 o'clock. I forget about it. I'll be honest with you.
Yeah,
again, as like you're saying, because I'm doing like I'm
the
not going
thing
out
is-
gaming like.
The thing is, if on a Friday 8 o'clock it was Man City Liverpool, you're not forgetting about it. You're not, and you are planning your Friday around that match. Let's keep it a stack.
I don't know, you know.
I remember when Arsenal played the opening Premier League game on a Friday night, I think last season. I planned my Friday around it. Hey, listen, it's all about planning, man.
Well, I mean, I guess you say that, but then one of the biggest controversial things happened on that Friday, which was between Brighton and Southampton. Southampton actually scored a last-minute goal, very, very last minute, but it was ruled out for offside.
Oh.
And it wasn't the person that scored it. It wasn't the person that crossed it. It was a striker that it passed.
Oh, it was the interference malarkey.
They said it was interference, and Southampton feel a bit hard done by it. I watched it back a couple of times. Yeah. I get the rule. I don't agree with it though. And they've, ref watch, everything's been done. They said it was the right call. Sky Sports has come out. They said it was the right call. Everyone's looked and they said, look, the disallowed goal was the right call. That seems to be it. But I don't know if I agree, but there was a big controversy. Southampton really need those points as well.
Yeah.
So it was a bit tough. But
I'm just like, for me, interference is always a little bit subjective. Like, what do you define as interference in that situation? I haven't watched that match, and I haven't watched that match back.
Yeah.
But interference is always going to be subjective, and if everybody or the majority believe that interference happened, you're just going to have to take it on the chin and get some points elsewhere. Southampton.
You see,
they piss me off.
I know, but you know what I think it is sometimes though. Yeah, I think with interference and how it works, right? Was it last season when Rashford did that one where he was offside and he ran and he did that in front of the ball to kind of was it against Arsenal or whatever, and he distracted the goalkeeper.
Yeah.
There was someone else came on and scored and it stood, and I was like, but you've made the goalkeeper skank. That's interference to me. But that one stood, right? But then this one, he didn't make the goalkeeper, because it whipped past him. So it was like the goalkeeper had no chance anyway. So I don't think there was really but it didn't stand. And that's, once again, inconsistency sometimes.
Okay,
it's just tough.
And there was a discourse around that Rashford one anyway. It was kind of like, that's interference right there and then, you know. So it's kind of like learning from your mistakes. And if there's even a slight bit of chance that that's interference, just call it.
And maybe that was the calling point. I don't know. Maybe you're right. Maybe they're just chalking it all off.
Southampton, they're just disgruntled because they're plumb lost.
Yeah,
they need to get their act together and grab a win.
Well, let's chill out because they got us next. So let's not do all of that.
Yeah, I'm confident that we're Chelsea football.
Yeah, no. I know that, but still, let's not put nothing in the air for them until after that. Then they could do what they want to do. Let's get our free. You know what I'm saying?
Lower my chest.
What do you feel about interference, Copes? Like, what's your thoughts on it?
Like everyone else's, subjective. Is it big? Again, you can have scenarios like the Rashford one you said, where that's clearly interfering. You're clearly in an offside position, and you are interfering with the goalkeeper being able to see the ball. So by that definition, yeah, I agree. Chalk it off. All these ones where a player is sort of loosely standing there.
Yeah.
I don't know, because sometimes they use it like, for example, I've had to look round him. You know what I mean? Like, it's just very like
silver lining,
like
kind of thing.
Small silver linings where it's like be 50-50. I don't know. It's a rule which I'm not necessarily in favour of, but
I think if it makes the goalkeeper skank and stuff like that, I think that should
Why
definitely.
do you keep saying skank?
No, because that's what they do though. They do a little, you know what I mean, like jump in the middle and you know what I'm saying. So yeah, no, but definitely cool. I wanna just touch on something as well quickly. Because there was all the Saturday games and all Saturdays games and Sundays games were all at the same time basically, which was really frustrating. But another thing I wanna throw out there, obviously Leicester, they lost to Brentford 4-1. And Brentford played good football. I watched the highlights. I didn't watch the full game.
Leicester are not a good side.
But then like Van Nistelrooy, obviously he's there now.
No, but he didn't manage that game.
He's not managing that game. And what do you lot think about him and what he could bring to that team? Do you lot feel a resurgence can happen, or is it like...
I mean, personally, I'm not sure. I mean, he needed a couple of games at United. They looked good in that time, I guess. But it's just this is not enough.
To be honest with you, evidence for me.
Yeah, like I'm a bit surprised that if you're Leicester and you're trying to make sure you survive in the Premier League, you go with Ruud Van Nistelrooy, who doesn't really have... Well, he doesn't have a track record in the Premier League.
Yeah, exactly.
And before that, what was he at... I was going to say Feyenoord, but I might be getting my club wrong. But yeah, there's just not enough evidence as to why
you got to bring back the know-how sometimes.
Yeah.
But the thing is, it worked with them when they took Maresca off of Pep's hands, right? So I guess that's kind of the wavelength that they're trying to go on. Maresca brought new ideas. He was a fresh new manager. He's young. He can vibe with the players. He can teach the players a thing or two. And there's also that level of respect there. Any player that sees Ruud Van Nistelrooy coming into their team to come and manage, you're going to think like, rah, that's Ruud Van Nistelrooy. Even a player like Vardy, who's been off the pace at the moment, having that kind of striker now managing you and coaching you, it could be helpful.
Yeah,
my only thing is just like we've seen top guys, Lampard, Gerrard, Rooney. And it's just, again, they walk into a dressing room and we still haven't quite seen the results. And at least with Maresca, that was a Leicester team that was in the Championship trying to come up. Whereas you're trying to stay in the Prem.
And that's tough.
Yeah.
Bring Big Sam back. Best manager ever.
The know-how. The thing is, I do think like that, but sometimes I do want to see new people come in. Like sometimes it's frustrating when you do see like some of the older managers continuously come back, like Roy Hodgson, for example. Like you get it just constantly. Where sometimes, and I found myself say it last season when he took over Palace, and it was like, nah, let me see some new fresh blood try to do something, give them a
Yeah.
chance, and maybe this is it. Maybe this is them.
yeah, 'cause
Careful what you wish for, but maybe it's
I feel like that's something that the Premier League kind of lacks. They always bring in old managers
Mm.
and refreshing managers with managers that have been here in the past and stuff like that. It's an era where new managers are coming through. I think the main person to really start this was Nagelsmann. When Nagelsmann came into Leipzig, and he gave fresh ideas, and he was banging with Leipzig, and then moved to Bayern Munich, and it was just like, rah, this is a young manager that's doing really well. Company when he went to Burnley, and he was giving fresh ideas, new ideas, and in the Premier League, even though he sucked in the Premier League, you could still see his style of play, and it was just something new,
I'm
something
looking at
fresh.
Bayern now. Bayern's not too bad at the moment.
Bayern's
top of the
doing
table.
pretty well.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the Champions League, but Bayern's doing pretty
they're not
well
doing too,
in their league. So it's like bringing in these new managers. I'm in full support of it. There's no evidence to suggest that Van Nistelrooy can bring them back up the table, because that's a big ask. Massive ask. But in terms of like, let's say someone coming in at the start of the season, that would have been nice. But hey, it is what it is.
It is what it is.
And then the rest of Saturday's fixtures, then, I mean, if we move on to obviously probably the biggest one, which was the biggest battering of the weekend.
West Ham get battered everywhere they go,
Actually,
man.
no, but you know what? Before we even talk about that,
Goodness.
you was at the Palace game though, so I think we should even talk about that. And before we go into the West Ham,
Walk on for Palace, please.
You know what?
I'm not concerned. What's
no,
wrong with
because that's
Palace?
my local. Like,
Yeah,
I really
this
want them
is
to
it.
do well. Like, I don't get it.
I like Palace. They're black boys. But this is a concern.
Yeah, no, it's a big concern. I'll be honest with you. I can't quite still figure out what's going on. I mean, at least they win, but I always keep thinking, surely just that one player wasn't.
Especially one that was injured
he was
a lot
injured
as well.
most of the time.
And this is it. But honestly, I just sit there and I just cannot figure out what's happened, because apart from him and Anderson at the back, but they brought in that Maxime Lacroix, I think that's how you pronounce his name. And to be fair, he's been really good. I just, maybe it's the midfield a bit. It's just
Still,
yeah.
I feel like the
need
midfield
freshening.
needs, and the thing is, I think with Palace and where it is, it's not just Elise. I believe it's just sometimes even with Elise, because he did come in business end and it helped out. I feel like Palace just always need two flair players. I remember going back to Zaha times. When Zaha was by himself, there was a bit of struggle until someone else with flair came on. Then you had two things to worry about. I just feel like sometimes they just need that. Like, even with Nketiah, he doesn't even play really. Like,
I mean, he came off the bench. I'll be honest with you, he's not really looked that good at all since.
that's
he's been
what I
there.
mean.
Like,
It's just strange.
stale.
Mateta's not really firing
he's
the way he
not
was
fun.
the end of last season. I don't know what it is.
So last season, right, Copes, I'm just going to talk to you, yeah?
Okay.
Last season, you guys had a new manager, right?
Glasner, yeah.
And things were working well, especially towards the back end of the season,
Yes.
right? What's changed apart from Elise leaving since then? Because I can't put my finger on what's changed.
Apart from Elise and Anderson, those are probably the two big key, like in that starting 11 that's probably disappeared. Apart from that, nothing's really changed really. I mean, instead of Elise, you've got what's his name, Sarr, that was at Watford's.
He's alright, but he's not Elise.
He's not.
It's tough to have an Elise though, isn't it?
And there's a lot of chances he's missed, to be honest with you. He's a bit 50-50, but they need. You know what? They need help outside of Mateta. There's just I can't really see where goals are coming from.
Is it
in
prayer?
that team.
What kind of help?
They
You
might
know what it
need
is? It's just stubborn owners though. I just believe. Look, at the end of the day, everyone's investing. Look. If you actually have a look at what Brighton's done over the years, Nottingham Forest and all these guys. Like I remember when Palace had an opportunity to go toe to toe with them. At a point, they had Zaha, Elise, and Eze all in one team. You let Zaha go, you never wanted to replace that because you still feel like Elise could have done the job. You let Elise go, and it's like cool, but then Wharton's still there and stuff like. But it's like at the end of the day now, if you're not going to invest, hold relegation because it's just poor. These other teams around you that were in the Premier League even after you have gone and surpassed you because they're doing investments.
I think was it last year or the year before? Was it last year or the year before where they were literally ranked bottom as far as
in terms of transfers? It was horrible.
Spend. And that is probably the biggest problem. You know what? They remind me of how there's only for so long you can keep doing something until it bites you. So you look at Southampton. There's only so long when you keep letting them players go to Liverpool
all the time, yeah.
All those guys where
becoming a feeder club, yeah.
It catches you up, and that's what it's starting to look like. Which is a shame because it's cool. They've got some good players there, But it's just, boy, Parish, I keep saying it, needs to loosen the purse
Loosen the
strings.
purse,
and just,
man. Put some young magic in that team.
Like, what's
that's
his name?
just what it
There's
is.
one guy that they were linked to in the summer. What's his name? Antonio Nusa. From, I think it's Club Bruges. It's only like 20 million. They didn't want to do it, allegedly because of injury record, apparently. He's gone to, I think it's Leipzig, and he's absolutely cooking out. Like, the way Elise is cooking, every time I keep looking every weekend, I keep seeing Nusa's name, like Cisco. I'm thinking,
Palace could have had
that
something.
could have been
and
your
that's what
Elise
Eze needs,
replacement.
because Eze just needs, because at the end of the day, all what's going to end up happening, I've seen Wharton rumours already.
Yeah.
I've seen them, even with your club, even
Yeah,
linked
I saw
to a
that.
couple of clubs in the Premier League looking at Wharton already, and that's a good player, good squad player as well, especially with Partey, possibly all of that stuff. So obviously, like, then you've got Eze that's probably looking around saying, well, I'm sure a club's going to pick me up if I put
Is
my...
the club gonna pick him up though?
Yeah, 100%.
It's feeling kind of Zaha-ish.
What, as in you think he's going to stay? Yeah, but Zaha...
Not even that he's gonna stay. More so, the club are gonna pull him.
Oh,
to
and
stay.
continue to...
Do you know, like how they kept stringing along with Zaha.
But you know what it is? I feel like because of everything that happened with Zaha in that time, I don't feel like Eze's not going to watch that and not learn from that. Do you get what I mean? And hopefully he still speaks to Zaha and, you know what I mean, giving him big bro advice.
The only thing that can probably let Eze go is relegation.
Well, they're looking like they're en route.
yeah.
If
They're
they
looking
keep-
very close.
You know what I mean?
You
It's
know,
not,
that was 60
they're
M's
just
would be, I
outside
think.
it. Yeah,
That
it
was
was 60
M's.
M's.
And then they got Mark Gay again. Newcastle trying to get in the summer. They could
I
try
heard
to come
Chelsea.
back.
I heard Chelsea's even having a sneak
Chelsea should
peek
have
at
some
him.
shame.
Yeah.
They should have some shame.
Chelsea's having a sneak peek.
Trying to
at that.
get your young boy back after selling him off. You should
Yeah.
have some shame.
But I'll take him. But yeah, and then
Of course you'll take him.
Of course I'll take
Nobody
him.
wanted him to leave.
No one wanted him to leave.
No one
anyway,
wanted
but
him to
yeah,
leave.
I'll take him back.
No one wanted
I'll
him
be
to
honest
leave.
with you. I never heard of him.
was like a
until,
Tomori
until,
kind of
until
situation.
Palace. I heard people like Tomori I'd heard of before, but Mark Gay I had never heard of before. And
Do you
then
know
when Palace
what?
bought him, I was like, "Who's this academy boy?"
It's one of them ones where you watch the academy
He was the
and
leader
you see,
there.
like
He was the leader back
that. People were saying Levi Cole and next John Terry. No, it was Gahey. Like it just. Anyway, let me not even go into the academy because
And
we'll be here for
and
a
you know what it
minute.
is? He proved his
He
point in
proved
that
his
Euros,
point.
man.
The
He
first
really,
year at Palace, I couldn't believe what I was watching.
yeah, he was
I was
great,
like-
and he's still great now.
Oh, he's
He's
improving.
still great now.
That's like again. Core.
Shout out Gay, man.
Yeah.
He's amazing. He's amazing.
And we were there leaking goals, needing people to come in, body as shit.
In that
Sorry.
time, even in that season, like I can't believe it because that's when we went and got Koulibaly, and it was like, bro. We had... Anyway, cool. But anyway, then let's go on to the biggest. Let's go on to the biggest battering of the weekend. A crazy first half is what I'm gonna like, bro.
I wasn't even home. I was getting the notifications.
Just popping up.
And do you know what's crazy? After like 1-0, I was like, okay, West Ham's going to capitulate. 2-0, I'm like, clockwork. 3-0, clockwork.
Clockwork.
I was with my friend's an Arsenal fan. He was like, yeah, come on, get in.
Yeah,
4-0, clockwork. And then I look down at my phone again. 4-2. I said, what?
And I said, what's going on? Like, Copes, I know you watched it. I didn't
100%.
really watch all of it.
Yeah.
I saw the free kick, but we'll get into that because the tackle and all that. I know you want to talk about that, but what happened in that first half? Like, what happened? Like, what kind of game was that?
To be honest with you, it was a game where it should have ended the way. I think I even tweeted it. It was looking like deja vu from last season. where
Okay, yeah.
First half, just cleaning them up at London Stadium. That's literally how it was looking like. We were just gonna clean them up.
You lot say it's your second home or something. It's rude. It's rude.
That's rude.
It's rude to say that
That
about
is
someone else's home
rude.
stadium, a London stadium. You're saying that's your second home. God forbid.
Listen,
Imagine them saying that about us. God.
wait. Listen, guys, it is what it is. Listen, if they don't like it,
Do something about it.
sort
Like,
it
do
out.
something
Sort
about
it
it,
out.
bro.
it out, you know, it's not our problem. So
Yeah.
yeah, like I was thinking, yes, deja vu come in. I'm about to see them show the picture of all the guys leaving the stadium.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, those 2 goals they scored, it was just that lack of just concentration. I think they started getting it just a bit too comfortable, Arsenal. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Coming to the light part, because you could tell. Even that goal, how again, out of all people that scored that, Wan-Bissaka, I was like, what the you boys don't piss me off about like the one guy that's not an attacking fullback is the
The
one
guy that
scoring.
don't score really for
and he
nothing.
scores.
That
Yeah,
man
he
don't
bags
score.
one.
And again, that was just lapse of concentration. Like I think
Yeah.
it was Trossard was like could sort of see him there, and he just let him just run past him. And by the time he was meant to go chase him, it was too late. So that, and then obviously Emerson quality free kick.
I mean, that free kick was mental.
Yeah, there was no really. You can't really say anything.
I feel
bad
like
about it.
he banged on for us one time as well. I'm sure.
Yeah.
He did bang
I forget
on
he
for
came
us.
through,
Yeah,
though.
he came from
Yeah.
us. Yeah, he banged on for us. I know he's always got one of them in the locker, but that was a good
No,
one.
it was a good
though,
one.
man.
It was
That
one of those
a-
ones you went.
You can't save
Fair.
it though.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
when
it
when
was
I actually saw the other angles,
Yeah, fair.
and the thing is, every Arsenal fan I've spoken to, they was like, the free kick, yeah, fair enough. Like, everyone said fair enough.
can't say
'Cause
nothing,
it's
innit?
one of them ones where it's like, bro, you can watch it from any angle in the world. There was no keeper.
That was
You need
saving
two
it.
Yeah.
keepers in the net and one to push the other one to push him up to save that.
Yeah.
It was mental. It
No,
was a
it was-
good
it was-
free
it was
kick.
a
But
good free
then
kick, and then-
you lot score straight after.
Of course, yeah. Well, yeah, but just before the end of the half, we got another pen, 5-2.
5-2.
And at that point, I thought, yeah, game's done,
7
dusted.
goals in one half is
It's
brilliant.
crazy,
Yeah,
but
it
you
is.
know what it is, yeah? I feel like that, what I liked about Arsenal, and I give them credit for that, yeah? You see, if you lot didn't score that fifth goal in that, it would have been a dangerous game to play. Because
Yeah.
West Ham would have been like,
Yeah, the
You
momentum was-
needed
yeah.
the
to
momentum,
lock it
you
off.
lot
Yeah.
needed to
Yeah,
lock
you
it off,
needed-
and you
yeah.
did. That's
That was it,
business
yeah.
being handled because, boy, I just know, I've seen games like that where you're 4-0 up and you're cruising, and then all of a sudden, didn't that happen in wasn't there the Tottenham and Arsenal game that was 4-4? And it was something like that, something similar like that at a point. Or am I thinking about when Arshavin banged 4? Am I bugging out?
No, that was Liverpool.
I remember
was
that
against-
game,
was
though.
Liverpool.
There was something
Oi!
like that where like someone
Against
should have deaded off
Liverpool,
the
yeah.
game and they didn't, and then all of a
Oi!
sudden there was a comeback, and I just remember Arshavin just to the crowd and he was like, like, you get me? So yeah, that was
a cold play, you know.
hey, Arshavin was
Arshavin.
No, it was until
was
Wenger got his hands properly on him.
Yep.
yeah, Arshavin was he reminded me like of a young the kind of player at the time, just raw, and then he just was in the wrong
I thought
character.
you were in love, bro.
No, I really liked Arshavin. I did like him at the time. Still, I
obviously, he was
liked
a
him. I was a
good
big
player,
fan.
it's just, but then second half that was just professional performance. To be honest with you,
Just lock off.
Yeah, I mean, they
Was there
probably-
anything that happened? Because I was a bit disappointed to find out there was no more goals.
You know what? It was pretty much just sort of flat afterwards. But to be honest with you, I didn't mind that because in my mind it was like we've done what we needed to do. At this point, it's just
They got to come out and
Yeah,
attack, and
you've
if you
got-
dare do that, we'll get you.
Exactly.
I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
you guys
cool.
can defend, boy. I didn't watch it, but I'm just saying, I know you guys can defend.
that's what
Yeah.
that's our speciality.
Speciality,
Yeah.
speciality
Yeah,
for
and
real.
obviously, and
Breaking
also,
you lot down is a bitch. Like, Jesus.
Fair enough,
yeah.
man.
And also,
Fair
I've got to
enough.
also give again, Gabby fam. Boy, that centre back
Did-
right there.
Did he do the celebration again?
Yes,
You did a.
He,
the Batman.
And I like that. I like that concept though.
he needs to stop.
No, but I do like that concept because I like the concept of like it was like obviously because
Gyökeres was that one, yeah.
and then obviously you got Batman, so it's like that's a little, you know what I'm saying, but
Shiz was on the timeline apologizing.
apologizing for it.
Gabby
shameless.
don't mean it.
It was a
She
little
Gabby
jokey
don't
joke.
mean it. It was a jokey joke.
Come to us.
I
Come
hear
to
it
us.
though. I hear
Nah,
it.
trust me, but
He'll come either way, but nah, we're looking good though. Like we found our form
how
again.
does
Like,
someone not stop him on corners? Who was marking him? Because another thing I've realised recently on corners, it frustrates me.
no, it was. To be fair, they had what's it? Antonio. I'm sure.
Why?
Oh
though?
yeah, it was
sure
Antonio.
it
No,
was
but
Yeah.
why was it? Why is Antonio the one
God
on?
knows.
Like, you see, the thing is, I've realised it a lot, and funny enough, even during the Arsenal and Chelsea game, there was a corner, and I said, "Oh God, here we go." And I think it was like Cucurella was on him, and I'm like, bro, there's two guys in the team. Why is it not the defender? Why is the defender not on? Like, do you get what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, let's try and match the heights here.
I've never quite understood it because even forget like Gabriel and Arsenal. That's just in general.
In
You
general.
tend to
In general.
find, yeah.
I will
like-
never forget when we faced Man City. I think Cucurella was on Haaland at one point, or Caicedo, and I was like, I'm taller than Caicedo. Like, what's going on here? Like, why?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, like for our team, for Chelsea, we don't have tall players.
No, but we got
You know what I
you
mean?
got to match the best. Like, you have to try and match it at best.
Yeah.
I remember when if you had a tall striker, it would be John Terry on you. That is it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, sometimes I'm seeing forwards on strikers. Or people that are prolific in the box. You wouldn't dare do that against a Giroud or something. They're going to look at you like food.
I don't understand it myself. Like trying to work out why
The
they're
philosophy
doing
behind it, I don't
It's gonna
get it.
drive you crazy.
Oh,
Because
it frustrates me
for
sometimes.
me, if Gabriel's in the box, Gabriel on set pieces is one of the most dangerous people.
Him
to
and
have
Van
in the
Dijk are
box.
the scariest. Even
Him and Van
yesterday.
Dijk, their heads are
Yeah, well, as a centre back, I'm sure what's the stat they showed? I think since Gabriel's been in the league, he's scored the most goals as a centre back.
Yeah.
So you
since
put
he's
your
been in
best
the Prem.
player. You put your best.
You got to put your
defender
best
on him.
defender on him.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I was seeing multiple different people mark Van Dijk, but none of them was Diaz. How does that make sense to me? But we'll go over there anyway, because I don't want to go too far. So yeah, second half.
Yeah, second half was just
Kinda just business as
Yeah,
usual.
just professional performance. Again, didn't need the goals. It's 5-2. And yeah, we just saw it out, which is the most important thing. So yeah,
You got your goal difference.
got the goal difference.
Yeah, and he got you lot above us by alphabetical order. That's ridiculous. But it is what it is. It's part of the game. It's part of the
Game
game.
is the game, man.
Game is
what
the
it
game.
is.
Yo guys, you've reached halftime here at Keep It 90. If you like what you hear or see, make sure you give us a follow on all platforms. And also make sure you comment as well. Would love to hear what you lot think.
Cool. Going into Sunday's games then. The first one, and I really want to bring this up because we mentioned it and it happened. It is the history of the Tottenham. They will do what they want to do against Man City and then they will not win the next game. I said it.
Yeah.
They drew to Fulham.
Yep.
They drew to Fulham.
Said it.
And I said it. It's the history of the Tottenham.
The history.
It's the history of the Tottenham. Like, this is what I mean with this club. I don't
way.
understand. What do you need to kickstart your season and try to look like a serious team? What more do you want? You just beat Man City.
Yeah, they're
Spursy.
playing games, man. They want to. They
Spursy.
want to make it as hard as possible for them to get
Like,
that
it
top
just
five.
don't make
It's
sense.
In their
bro.
DNA. We spoke about this. Any other team, you're going on a run. Spurs were like, we can't see it.
But Fulham are not a bad team.
No, Fulham are
They're
not
not.
a bad team,
They're
but
not
I'm
a bad
sorry.
But they're at home. And also, what's his name? Is it,
Was there a red card?
Yes. Is it
I think it was
Kenny?
last. I think it was like
The one that
last minute.
scored.
Though. 83 minutes.
The
It
guy
was
that
in.
scored
So
got a red card.
even that, like, there was what? If that's in the 83rd minute, you got a red card. That's probably about 10 minutes of football left, bro. You gotta get something.
That's when you're in FC24, you're just ultra attacking. Everyone's got
Get there
and
it's like,
find that goal.
I don't understand. What do you need? Because if anyone beats Man City, like, I'm scared for the next team that faces Liverpool. Like, if you beat Man City, that kickstarts
You're
whatever for
invincible,
any other
bro.
team.
Yeah.
Not this one. And it's just what I expected. Once again, they just capitulate, and it's just.
It's so depressing. It must be so depressing
Oh,
being a Tottenham
man.
fan because the wave of emotions that you're gonna go through. And then who are they playing tomorrow? I think they've got a game tomorrow or Wednesday.
Monday night, because there's football this week. Hold on.
I can't remember who, but they play Chelsea after.
Yeah, they got Bournemouth.
They got
and
Bournemouth.
Bournemouth's at home. That's not easy.
They got Chelsea in their home after on the Sunday.
Sure.
So it's like, how are you gonna pick up points? How are you gonna pick it back up from there? You know, I feel like the game against Chelsea will probably be the opportunity to, and obviously Bournemouth. But I think they're probably gonna look towards Chelsea and think they can get a win from us. But hey,
That's just,
They'll take their chances with that.
yeah, but
100%.
I just don't know about that team, I'll be honest with you. It's just...
I can't lie to you. I don't see them finishing in the top six end.
Top
of-
six?
Top six. And you can't do things like this. You can't have a
Fantastic.
emphatic
Okay.
emphatic
Okay.
win against Man City
Yeah.
and then come back and draw to a team like Fulham when they had a red card. You can't do things like that. And if they're going to continue doing things like that throughout the season, like they have been doing, there's no way they're going to make a top six.
True, especially as the teams around them are getting stronger as well.
There is no
everyone's getting stronger.
They're going back to the Conference League or maybe even worse.
And then going on with the Super Sunday games, because I feel like this Sunday was really a super.
For once.
It was really
For
what
once.
they call a Super Sunday. Man United dealt with business and beat Everton. Now, I know Everton's on a bit of a weird trajectory, but they
Weird.
dealt...
Everton suck.
Yeah. Last, what, 3 years?
They suck.
They're on a weird trajectory. They survived last season.
That's what they do.
And,
They're always in survival
and then it's-
mode.
but they got absolutely pummeled by Man United. And, I mean, Xerxes, 2 goals. Rashford, 2 goals.
Do you know, in my group chat, we have this running thing that whenever Rashford has a girlfriend, he
goes on fire.
off.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because apparently he's dating Grace from Love Island.
Yep.
All of a sudden, he's back on a score sheet doing
Doing
2
celebration.
goals. Celebration. Back to celebrating.
Is that, love's the key, yeah? Is that what
Hey,
you're saying?
it might be the key in this
It
life.
might not
boy.
just
It
be
might
the love, I'm going to tell you that. It might have that guac 500, you know?
Hey. Okay.
Too far? Sorry, apologies, man.
Bronx, blow that out if you need
Oops.
to.
No, I don't. It's true. Like sometimes, are you hearing Enzo Fernandez divorced his wife? He's now up in the club and now he's scoring goals. Listen, I'm telling you.
Okay, well.
I'm telling you.
I'm not
Sometimes you
gonna-
just need that babe.
I don't know what that is. I'm not gonna talk about it. I'm just gonna carry on.
Please don't clip that. Do not clip that, please.
The what? The what? Yeah, but Everton got this. Everton got dismantled. A quick 4-0,
Yeah.
absolute pasting. And to be fair, yeah. I mean, yeah. I don't know. What do you lot think? United. And it was his first win in the Prem.
Yes.
They won midweek as well. In the Europa. What are we thinking? Because they got Arsenal next, and that's something I want to ask Coops.
Yeah.
Who's at home for that game, by the way? You are.
We're at home.
What's your thoughts? Man United's picking up some momentum. Rashford's on the score sheet. Xerxes on the score sheet.
Yeah.
How do you feel about that game coming up?
I'm still feeling alright, to be honest with you.
Like, do you still feel 3 points, business as usual? Do you have any kind of, not fear, that's just totally the wrong word, but do you have any kind of worries? Any kind of like, ooh, all right.
Not really. Just because, what was it? They're 2 games in. They looked good, but again, that's Everton.
Yeah.
I just feel like if I just go look at our defense, look at Rashford and Xerxes, I think we've got enough to sort of kill that off. I think Pardon?
Sorry. Apologies. Sorry.
I'm not even. I looked at Anita. I said, wrong.
Sorry. I've apologized like 7 times. I'm sorry.
Hey.
I'm sorry.
That was yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay. There's no question about it. And then,
What do you though?
okay, listen.
What
check
you
the
don't
stats.
think? You don't think?
I don't know. So, okay, how are you guys with counters?
How we with counters?
Yeah. Counter attack. Because you know Marcus Rashford's going to play on that counter.
Yeah.
Rashford's not doing nothing against Arsenal.
What? Countering? Rashford's not countering against Arsenal?
I don't think so.
How much money do you want to bet?
I don't think so.
How much money do you want to bet?
You think so? What do you think? What do you lot think? Man United's going to beat Arsenal?
No.
No.
Me.
No.
Oh, all right.
Don't even include crazy that
into
one.
it. Oh,
Hey, whoa.
I'm trying to be political as give like United some grace, but no.
I think Arsenal's going to win.
Yeah.
But I think Marcus Rashford is going to cause some problems. That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Occasionally he scores a goal against. That's not a problem, but it's not going to be enough.
But that's the thing. Counter-attacking football. I don't know what you guys defensively are like with counter-attacking football.
Yeah, when
We
I
get the
saw
drop.
it, yeah, counter-attacking football. But the thing is, positioning of Saliba and Magalhaes is going to be just
that's it.
vital. And I feel like,
And I get that. I really, really do get
Yeah.
that. But sometimes, let's say Arsenal, and this is just a scenario I'm playing with, okay?
Yeah.
Don't, Copes, please, I see
No,
you.
listen.
Don't turn green.
listening.
Don't turn
I'm not.
green.
I'm
okay,
listening.
I'm just saying, where Man United used to be really smart with Marcus and counter-attacking is when the other opposition has a set piece, let's say it's a corner, for example, and you know Gabriel's going to be in there, you know Saliba's going to be at the edge of the box, right? In a foot race, Marcus Rashford gets that ball
Yeah.
and Saliba's tracking back, running back. Is Saliba going to get the best of Marcus Rashford just in that scenario?
I mean,
Because
look,
I feel like it could happen if Arsenal give it a chance to.
maybe, but I mean, look, we've had enough sample size last season before where we've now had Gabriel and Saliba, and I just think that whole just defense, they're just in sync enough where I'm not afraid of Rashford off the back of he's now finding a little bit of form now against Everton, if I'm being honest with you. I still think there's some work still to go as far as with United and them trying to find their feet under Almiron. But look, you can always be in that potential predicament. I wouldn't be surprised if, to be honest with you, Rashford would be in there trying to help out his team because, to be honest with you, again, we're the set piece masters at this point, so you need all hands on deck, to be honest with you. So I would be very surprised if you've just got Rashford sitting there. And if you are, Timber, Calafiori, I just think they've shown enough quality that positional-wise, yeah, Rashford will have to be on his A game. I don't care. It's not just... Pace won't be enough just to be like, all right, I've got pace, I can get past this Arsenal team. Anyone you put there. On a counter anyway.
all right. So give me a score prediction then, Coles.
I think 3-1.
3-1 Arsenal.
Yeah, easy.
Okay. Oh, raw, easy. Okay. Damn.
I just think also even I look at that midfield as well. Odegaard's come back.
that
He's-
that midfield's there to be.
yeah,
picked up.
like he's
Yeah.
looking comfy. Rice is looking good. Even if you put Jorginho in there, I still think that beats if you've got Casemiro and Eriksen in their midfield.
But the thing is, I don't even think that the midfield battle is going to be won by you guys.
Yeah,
Like, Man United's strength right now with Amorim is their width, right?
yeah.
Ahmad on
Yeah.
that byline might cause some. Like, I'm only saying this because it's a new manager.
I hear
and
it.
I'm just saying that their formation right now, they got the three at the back, they got the wing back, you got Ahmad running at you, you got Rashford running at you at the same time. And it's kind of, pace isn't enough. I get
Yeah,
it.
'cause
Quality is, especially against a team like you. You
'Cause-
see, I'm a bigging you up, especially against
even when you're
Arsenal.
talking about the wing backs, I agree.Maybe Diallo and because Calafiori sometimes I really like the look of him, but sometimes you can still see
Questionable.
He's
still
Yeah.
adjusting.
He's
He's
still
still adjusting. He's
still
adjusting
figuring out the
and
prem.
figuring it out, yeah.
Whereas I must admit, Timber, I am not worried as
Yeah,
far
for
as that
sure.
side in Timber because
For
from
sure.
what I'm seeing of him this season, left back, right back, guy's amazing.
Yeah.
Like, the guy is amazing. So I think again, you're gonna need more than I think I can just beat him in a foot race to deal with him. So I think our defense has put enough cachet in the last season, 2 seasons at this point where it's a case of you got to come with a smarter plan. Then I'm just gonna try and hit you guys on a counter.
On the count.
Okay.
Anita, what's your score predictions over there for that game? That's a big
It's
midweek game.
so hard for me, right? Because if I base it on sample size for Man United this entire season, I'm looking at it as, okay, easy win, like a 3-0 most likely. If I look at it for Man United as a whole sample of the season. But obviously I know it's just Everton. I'm watching them midweek as well. I'm looking at what Amorim's trying to do with the wing backs. And I'm thinking it could be a little scary. It will put Calafiori and Timber to the test for sure. But I'm still going for an Arsenal win.
Yeah.
I just think there's gonna be a lot of commotion on the bylines, and I think obviously midfield battle, you guys will win that battle.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt they're gonna play through that middle park, and you just gotta watch out on the bylines. That's just me. So I'm going 2-1 to Arsenal. If that wasn't clear.
Okay. And I'm only giving the 1 as well because Rashford tends to score against us.
Yeah.
And that's the reason why I gave the 1 because I think he did that even last season at the Emirates.
And
but
even Bruno is kind of ticking right now.
Odegaard's ticking.
Odegaard's, yeah, for sure. But I'm just saying, there's gonna be commotion. That's all I'm
Yeah.
saying. That's what I'm saying.
I think it might be the same scoreline as what they just did. I think it's like a 4 to 5-2.
Oh, really?
Yeah, to Arsenal. And the only reason I say that
be
is,
ugly.
you know what it is? I just feel like there's not enough of a sample size. I think that I don't think them players play correctly to that system. I think it was more Everton being terrible.
And that's the thing. Everton's a bad game to look.
Yeah, and I feel like when they go and face a well-oiled machine, it's gonna be very interesting because even midweek they were 2-0 up to 2-2 or something like that. There was something I can't remember it off the top of my head. Who did they play midweek
I
again?
forgot who they played. I remember I was watching the game and I was discombobulated by how they managed to let it slip. Right?
It was Bode or whatever, Bodo Glimt, and it was 2-0. Then they won 3-2.
Yeah.
And then to me that was I was like, what is going on here?
I kind of see it as Mazraoui, Martinez, and who's the third person in there?
De Ligt?
Mazraoui, Martinez, and De Ligt, 3 at the back, right?
Yeah.
In my opinion, Mazraoui, he's definitely been a bright spark in that Man United team.
Yeah, I like
for
him.
sure.
Yeah,
I like
him
him
That's a
a
bargain, man.
lot.
Yeah, good bargain.
Right? Mazraoui's been playing well. Obviously, coming back to fitness, he's been playing really well. De Ligt, he can be on the iffy side, but he's still a class defender. And then obviously you got Martinez, who has heaps of experience in the Premier League as well, right? And I'm looking at that back 3, and I'm thinking, if you cannot sustain the pressure from Kai Havertz, Bukayo Saka, Martin Odegaard, if you cannot sustain that pressure, I'm not saying don't let no goals in, because you are inevitably going to concede. They are fantastic forwards, but it will be a mad issue for Amorim, because those 3 at the back should be able to handle it and not allow 5 goals. 5 goals is ridiculous.
Hey, I'm just
4
saying,
to 5 goals is ridiculous for those 3.
I just think it's a possibility. I just think that even
For
down to
those
even them
3.
even them beating Everton. I mean, Braithwaite had a real terrible game that game as well. So it's like, You know what I mean? He had a really bad game.
But is this news though?
No, it's not. But what I'm just saying, no, it's not me.
It's
It's not me getting onto Everton. But it's just one of those ones where it's like they were even gifted as well. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like what I've seen, the draw to Ipswich, the 2-0 up to 3-2, and then a 4-0 to 2 gifted. Like it's like I'm not seeing enough. And I feel like Arsenal's too in sync.
Yeah.
And hungry due to this Man City fall off, which we're gonna get into. That they got another mission, man. They got another mission, but we'll see. Is it gonna be a big game? It's gonna be a big
Arsenal
game.
still gonna win for sure.
But Arsenal gonna get 3 points.
That London derby, man.
And you know what? I feel like, and you know what it is?
London derby,
And
man.
I feel like United kind of need it because I see them hyping now already. They're hyping up and they're talking, and I'm just like, calm
give me a
down,
break.
and don't worry, Arsenal will calm you down, so we'll be there for that.
Listen, that was not by Anita. It was by Prince and Copes. Okay,
Yeah,
thank you.
They need to
Thank
calm
you.
down. Anyway, going on to the next game. Obviously, we went down to the bridge for a nice little sunny lunchtime game. You know what I mean? At Stamford Bridge. I think this was the one that I was worried about a little bit, to be fair, because do you know what? Nah, and I'm going to tell you why.
Okay.
Every time, right? And this is why I'm so happy. And I tweeted about it, right? And there was a couple Chelsea pages that tweeted. Every time I see a stat that Sky Sports, Aston Villa have not won or scored in the last games and this, and they come up with these stats. Charity FC, Chelsea just kick in and be like, you know what, we feel bad. We've done it for the last 2 seasons. There will be a team that have not won the last 4 games or whatever it is, and somehow they come to Chelsea, Stamford Bridge, and they leave with something. And I was like, oh man, not today. I said, no, please. But it didn't happen. It was a solid performance from Chelsea. I mean, I just want to...
Any special shout-outs?
Cucurella,
Thank
Caicedo.
Thank you.
I mean, yeah,
you.
they're the two. They're the two for me. They bossed the game in that inverted role. Caicedo right back, inverted midfielder.
He was more midfielding than right back in. Let's keep it a stack.
Yeah, because there weren't much to do. But when he was called upon, I mean, intercepting part, he was
2 people.
So was James and Gusto injured?
Gusto was on the bench.
Oh.
Yeah, Gusto was on the bench, and
that's
obviously
why
Reece James is out for
again.
10 weeks or whatever it
Again?
is now. Yeah, he's gone. So.
I just know the med bay.
Yeah, it's just not looking good for Reece James. So
Meanwhile-
best of recoveries to him. Hopefully he comes back soon.
Yeah.
But you know, Caicedo was absolutely amazing. Cucurella, I mean that the form since last season over to Euros, towards the end of last season over Euros, and then this season he's been one of the best left backs in the league or even in the world at this point. And you know what? I'm gonna and I got to swallow my pride a bit. I'm not fully convinced yet, but you know what? Enzo Fernandez as well for the last couple of games. Why are you laughing, Coach? I'm trying to turn the corner here. I'm not saying like, oh, I'm an Enzo stan and this.
Yeah.
No, because let's not. You know, let's be positive.
Listen, for me, like I was one of the people that was talking about Enzo as well.
Yeah.
Enzo works in a system that works for him.
Yeah.
Like that's just it. The system before wasn't working for him. Posh's system wasn't working for him. He, in my opinion, I still believe he cannot play alone with Caicedo. I still believe it, and I still stand on it. I think that team needs Lavia
In that team.
100%. And if it comes down to putting Enzo in there or Lavia against a bigger side, I'm always going to choose Lavia. Enzo has been fantastic, but he's playing, let me not say but, has been fantastic playing a more advanced role as opposed to just sitting there as a 6. Yeah. As an advanced midfielder, Enzo Fernandez.
So did
100%.
again? I didn't watch the game. So did they do similar to? Because obviously we were having a discussion last week about the whole Caicedo Lavia in that sort of holding, and then we push Enzo forward.
Yeah.
Is that sort of what was happening when Caicedo was moving into midfield? Because you said he was being more in midfield than he was.
The thing
right
is,
back.
right, if you ask me on paper how I saw that formation, I saw that formation as more of a back 3 than a back 4.
Yeah, kind of.
Because Enzo Enzo Caicedo was in the middle of the park the majority of the time, and any time that right side felt attacked, he'd run into that right side.
Yeah, he's got the legs to do.
He's got the legs to do that. But I saw it still as a partnership with Caicedo and Lavia, and Enzo being more progressive.
So to be fair, they would. Listen,
And that's the system that
you listen to
works.
Keep It Night. That's what I'm saying.
You know what I mean?
We were discussing that last week. That's all I'm saying.
We were saying it, weren't we? Saying it last week.
Give it a go. Yeah.
And guess who was
good.
shifting closer to the right this time?
Cole
Palmer.
Yeah, he was going over to the right.
Shifted from the right, pushed it through to the middle, and scored that wicked goal.
Yeah, and that's kind of what we were saying, but
It
obviously
is what we were saying.
It was kind of it was what we were saying, and the thing is, it was like that formation worked very well for that game. There was only I think Ollie Watkins had 2, and it's a bit of a shame. I don't know what's going on with Ollie Watkins because he's not
sharp.
He's not as sharp. He had a chance that last season goal.
He would have buried.
And I mean, he had a half chance last season, possible goal again. He had 2 good chances that he didn't put away. I don't know what it is with Ollie Watkins at the moment. Maybe he's a bit fatigued.
From what?
Listen, he's playing a lot more football than he played think about it, towards his surge and how he was all of last season. Then obviously Euros, he probably didn't get as much of a break. I know he didn't play, but he didn't get as much of a break as he usually gets. Then he's come back. Had to play Europe.
I feel like, that's not an excuse.
It's not an excuse, but I'm just trying to think what is the difference, and that is the only difference I can think.
You want to roll with the big dogs?
This is the big dogs role.
This is the big dogs role.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I agree.
Like, unfortunately, I am a big fan of Ollie Watkins.
Yeah,
He's
massive.
my kind of striker.
Yeah.
But if you want to be in the big leagues...
I was calling for him at Chelsea to come Chelsea last season. Yeah.
If you want to be in the big leagues, you have to sustain your performance from last season into the Euros and into this season. And that's what separates you from the rest. And hopefully he begins to pick up form again. But if he doesn't, then it's looking bleak going up towards the World Cup for him.
Yeah.
But hey.
But yeah, and that was there. But I think overall it was just a good performance from Chelsea. I don't know, anything stand out? I know Cole Palmer's magic. I was happy to see Madueke come on and get an assist. Finally, he's got his first assist of the season. He needed that.
Of the season?
That was his first assist of the season.
I'm sure he's assisted Cole.
I don't think he's assisted this season, you know. So
Fez.
that was his first one of the season, which was great. I think Cole's assisted him. He ain't assisted Cole.
Cole's assisted him for sure.
Yeah, so but it was really good. It was really good, and I ain't really got no complaints. I wasn't even angry at Sanchez, to be fair.
Sanchez had a clean game.
Yeah.
That's a rarity.
Yeah.
But it's just that Aston Villa weren't really
on fire. Even when Duran came, and which I was a bit scared of when he came on.
They looked very passive.
They just didn't look great. But I feel like Aston Villa still got the players to turn it around.
Are we thinking it's that? Are we thinking it's that Champions League?
Yeah, it's Europe.
Yeah.
It's Europe. Europe's taking a toll on them. And we saw it happen to Newcastle. We're just seeing it happen to Aston Villa now. So
because even in the Champions League, they started quite well, didn't they?
They started on fire.
Before I think they lost or drew their last game. They were on top of the league.
Yeah, they were. They drew with Juventus, and funny enough, similar to Thingy, they actually scored a last minute goal.
And it got chalked.
So
they're fighting for their lives in the champs, even though they're doing pretty well, and then they have to come back on the weekend, and it's taking a toll
and fight
on
for
them.
their lives in the Prem. But it's they're all right. They got the players. Emery's got to try to figure something out. But shout out to Maresca. He's doing the job. I mean, look, halfway through the season, pretty much now. Kinda.
Everything that he's trying is working, and that's what matters.
And I'm happy. And Nicholas Jackson again back on the score sheet.
Got to give that man his respect.
Got to give him his respect, man.
100%.
Got to give him his respect. It was a good performance from him. But yeah, I don't want to go on about Chelsea. I'm happy we got the 3. Let's go on to the biggest game of the weekend.
Shy. I was
the
saving
head
for
loss,
this one.
the goals, the pressure, depression.
I have never ever seen Pep so gone in my life.
Crazy to me.
Stay humble, I'm telling you, every week now.
I have never ever seen Pep that rattled.
Yeah.
I remember the Chelsea-Barcelona semi-final 2012,
Yeah.
and he was drinking the water like this.
Yeah.
This one, I haven't seen it before.
He was gone.
I
The
have
water
not
wasn't enough.
seen it before.
They started singing "You're Getting Sacked in the
And he
Morning,"
goes
and
five.
he went to the and he just
I
was
saw-
like,
yeah.
And you know what? Yeah, usually Pep, he knows football, he knows fans, he knows everything. He's been there for so long.
Pep is the coolest guy.
He doesn't even care. And to see him with head loss, I mean, don't forget the game before that, it was the scratches and all this, and it was like...
So, yeah.
You know,
there was a lot. You're really thinking, rah, he's really stressing right now.
He's stressed out. He doesn't know what to do. And this is a rarity. Because normally after 3-4 seasons at a club, he's like, all right, I'm gone. And obviously, from now we can see it's because at some point you can't keep motivating the players. You run out of ideas. You need new players. You got to refresh the team. And sometimes the owners are not going to give you what you want. So unless he wanted or didn't want any more centre backs to come into the club, because he's bought several centre backs for this Man City team since he started. He needs more wingers. How are you going to buy more wingers? You just bought 100 mil for fucking Jack Grealish that you are now subbing in at 80 minutes. Like, bro, Kevin De Bruyne came on that pitch livid. He was angry.
He just didn't look happy at all.
He didn't look happy at all. These players... Phil Foden out there faking injuries, bro.
Yeah, man.
He was on the floor for a bit.
And
I'm like, get up.
And I'm sorry, and I'm so sorry because I'm not even letting Foden slide because I've seen Arsenal win games and Saka might go with a limp and people are on him. I've seen Arsenal draw games if they ever lose any limps. I'm sorry, Foden, bro. Step up.
Yeah.
I'm not sugarcoating nothing. I'm not like baby foot. No. Pattern up, fix up, and get up. You are absolutely your performances since the Euros have been horrid.
Yeah.
And you have been getting leewayed the whole time. And this is just, I'm not going to lie, you was player of the season last season.
That's what makes it bad.
And all of a sudden now, if you're really player of the season, and I get you got some main players missing, but show us why you was something. Even when Arsenal's had down bad games, we've seen something from Saka. Even when Chelsea's had down bad games, we've seen something from main players. Even down to Man United right now, Rashford somehow picked up. How have you got, like, what's going on here? And now you're doing this injury thing. No, I'm not allowing it. Not allowing it. It's poor.
I thought Foden, when he went down, he was off for like a couple of minutes. And I'm thinking,
you look like...
You know that you're fine. You know you're fine. Get back on that pitch and ride for your team.
And pull your socks up. There was a point Rico Lewis was on the ball. Sorry to cut. There was a point Rico Lewis was on the ball and he was running forward and Foden was just walking. And I'm like, bro, move like you want the ball.
Yeah.
And do you know what? That is the scariest part of Man City. And this is why I said at the beginning that I don't think they're going to do it. Purely, they look too passive off the ball. Way too passive. And when they get the ball, they're out of ideas. And I can't understand what's happened to the players and their mentality because their talent is still there.
Yeah.
Like, no one can ever deny someone like Bernardo Silva, Gundogan, Phil Foden. These are players where when they need to turn it on, they should be able to turn it on. And you see someone like Kevin De Bruyne coming on around like 80 minutes, right? Kevin De Bruyne showed more heart than any of those players did for the whole 90.
Yep.
For the whole.
And we're going straight back to the point of even Haaland. I'm so sorry. And we're going back to the point, I remember everyone was talking about, and we know Haaland's a great goal scorer.
Yes.
There's no debating. Football, though, away from it, like what he's not, to me, not doing enough.
But that's the
pitch.
problem,
Obviously, I know that's his role,
What do you
and
want from
sometimes he just needs everything to work around him, let him be on the end of the end product, and that's fine. But then that's where Foden again, step up, be the magic. It's like a team full of Robins with no Batman. There needs to be a Batman. There needs to be a main character.
Yeah, but they all should be. Like, I'm sorry, I was even having this debate yesterday when we were watching it. Rodri cannot be that sole Batman of that. It makes no sense. You got De Bruyne, captain for Belgium. Gundogan, was he? I think he's captain for Germany. Yeah. Like, you've got leaders in that team.
Bernardo Silva.
You've got a lot of senior leaders. Like, we were saying it even just before we started. That's the first time I think I've seen since Pep's reign in City where I've watched that team get pressed like no man's business in that first half. Like, I was watching it thinking, I could not tell you another game where I've seen them this stuck in their own like half for this like,
and the chances that Liverpool missed at the beginning as well.
Like, I've just not seen it before, so it's like I don't know why I'm going with all these leaders, but you need to snap because it's getting embarrassing. Like at first it was a good laugh, and I'm gonna keep rolling this stay humble till the wheels fall off. They need a bit humble, but it is just shocking how a team this good with this much quality is just not in sync. And again, I just cannot believe it's down to Rodri. Because you've got enough players that have played that position to cover it.
It's Kyle Walker as well, though. I'm so
Kyle
sorry.
Walker for that first goal, I cannot believe.
But this
cannot
is
believe his positioning.
But it was the same thing. This was the same thing, and this is why I've been angry at Kyle Walker since the Euros, because I feel like even down to the goal over there enough, and it's bringing back anger with England. I'm sorry,
Yeah.
positioning. Your guy, you're not following. It's just
You're
like
not
if you
tracking
never
your-
had
oh
this,
my
if it weren't for his
gosh.
recovery and his speed, how good are you? You see, the thing
His
is
recovery
with
ain't even that great no more.
his recovery is not great because his speed's going with age, which is normal. And this is now when people used to say, oh, this is like the best right back we've ever seen, and people putting him in the all-time 11 of Premier League, and I'm sitting there saying, why? Because he's fast. Because when you look at right backs that kind of transition when they get older, you start to see the maturity, the fine wine, the Rolls Royce comes out of you. You start
Look
to
at someone like Marcelo, for
he looks.
example.
Listen, he's like the Sarsi with speed, and that is
You
just how I
tweeted
see
that,
it.
I was laughing.
Wait, pardon?
The Sarsi with speed. That is just how I see it.
That
bro.
was creasy. I was like, that's a bit
That's
too
how
low.
I see it. No,
Damn.
man, because you know what it is. Sometimes you see the Sarsi and you're like, how you letting your marker just run free, tap it in, like, come on, man, it's so poor, and he's been doing it. It's not been great during the Euros. It wasn't that great last season either. But you got
old.
through it.
That's it, yeah.
He's old.
But show your class. It's still got experience.
City need to.
Azpilicueta is one of the examples I always think of. When he lost his pace, he had to move around. Still made it work though.
But at the same time, remember the frustrations we had with Aspen.
Yeah, but he did. But that was after so much decline though.
Which is fine. But Man City, the embarrassment didn't start with Liverpool. I think against Feyenoord,
That as well.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my.
Damn,
I
yeah.
promise you, first, I predicted a draw to begin with anyway, but I didn't think in that manner.
Yeah.
They 3 goals.
3-0 up.
3 goals.
That's
At home.
disgraceful.
3 goals at home. I couldn't believe. I think that there is more embarrassing than the Liverpool result. Because you were 3-0 up, you're at home, you have your players there, and everyone's looking complacent as hell.
Yeah.
The third goal goes in, everyone's like,
Yeah, it's disgraceful.
no, that was disgraceful. And Pep in that press conference, boy, that's a press conference for the ages. But
Yeah.
can I just say, do you guys believe me now about Liverpool? Yeah? You believe me now?
No,
Are you hearing me now?
No, you know, I'm hearing you, and
You hearing?
I want to touch on Liverpool because we ain't got long left, and I mean the well-oiled machine. That's what they're calling it now, and they're looking. I mean, Anita thinks she knows, I should say, that they're gonna win the league. Copes, what are you saying?
Do you believe me now?
I believe right now, yeah, it's all in there. It's theirs to lose at this
Theirs
point.
to lose.
They're the most team in form. Unfortunately, Arsenal City, they've just dropped where now. Yeah, you're now banking on, you're hoping that Liverpool now drop these points, and we just sort of catch them. So yeah, it's theirs to lose at this point. Obviously, last season, I mean, to be fair, they were in the race as well, but obviously they lost in the end due to, I don't know, they just fell in form, a few injuries and fall in form. So you're sort of hoping maybe they do that again because they didn't really bring in anyone. But at the moment, they just look, you know what, they look like us. No real injuries.
Yep.
And they just look absolutely in form. And sorry guys, I am.
You're hoping for a miracle because
Yeah.
I'm looking at Cody Gakpo, Luis Diaz. They're looking hungry
And
as
Chiesa's-
ever.
and Chiesa's still to come
still
out.
yet to come in.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, come January, come February, Liverpool go on a fantastic run. Even if they drop form at that point, I think it's still going to be too late and they're still going to win that league. Mark my words.
And that is all we actually.
Wait.
No,
one last thing.
Go on.
Give Mo Salah his contract. Give him his contract.
He's about to get Ballon d'Or. That's what he's about to get.
Give
But you know
him his
what?
contract.
That's all we got time for.
Literally.
That's actually all we got
We're
time
being
for.
pursued out
We
the
really got to get
room.
out. So you know what? I want to shout out Spotify once again for hosting us. That's another episode of Keep It 90. I ain't here for 2 weeks. Yeah, love. And I ain't host another episode for 10. Ha!
There we go.
In a bit though. Love every time.
Bye, guys. Yo, guys, it's us from Keep It 90. Massive thanks to Spotify for supporting us. Have you given us a follow yet? If you haven't, make sure you do.